Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How many of you I met before? I know you, 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 I know you. I work with you, I work with you, I work with you. OBG for me is really my second home when I call a brokerage of the whole brokerage companies that I worked with. You guys for me, home. I will tell you why home. Omar, I know him from 2009. Ranj, Rahul, Nadeem, and Hamid. Many of these names, you know them, but these for me are family. These for me are people whom I met. And hello, ma'am, how are you? So I'm coming today and I feel I am within my people. Today I am coming to make sure that we understand Ras Al Khaimah right. I'm here to answer any question about Ras Al Khaimah. I'm here to make sure that you leave this and you have a different understanding or something new about Ras Al Khaimah. Lot of information. I want you to focus because we will start 30 minutes. I will run into presentation, but really, I want you to prepare for what you want to ask for after this. Let me start quickly with something that you know more about it than me because you work in Dubai and you have lots of projects in Dubai as well. When we talk about UAE in general, a GDP of $462 billion, the $45 billion of foreign direct investment, the 30 million hotel guests, and the 11 million population that reside in UAE. Ras Al Khaimah is the fourth largest emirate in UAE. It's 2.2% only, and most of it are mountains actually. And I will tell you directly that Ras Al Khaimah is this black side, highlighted in black. It is the beach or the sea coastline of 43 kilometers, the urban or the desert, and most of the rest is mountain. The land area on its own is not as big, so we understand that it is very limited. But something about Ras Al Khaimah that maybe some people they don't know about, Ras Al Khaimah is rated by S&P and Fitch by A. You can tell us more, Ranju, about if it's rated A, what does it mean?
Gold standard. Higher than gold.
That means for any foreign investment or an international investment, this is the first thing that they look at. How strong and how stable is this market? And then we look at the GDP of $12 billion, a growing GDP of 6.7%. It's a great number. It's very strong. But the most important part out of all of this, Ras Al Khaimah has only 8% government debt. Interesting. I know cities that 200% and 300% of debts. This is 8%, which shows how Ras Al Khaimah have the probability and the ability to grow and leverage. On a 400,000 population only and a diversified business, and I will show you this quickly. 27% of the contribution of activities towards the government of, or the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah is actually from manufacturing. Ras Al Khaimah is always known for being the manufacturing emirate in UAE from the 70s. It's not something new. We don't rely on real estate. We don't rely on hospitality. We don't rely on tourism. We don't rely on any of these activities because it doesn't contribute more than 10%. A fact, because yesterday I was looking at one of the presentations that is from the Investment and Development Office, And actually they showed the only sector that has been growing is the industrial. Everything else is showing red, which is normal. The only thing that I was surprised to see, the industrial sector is on the rise. Everything else doesn't cross 10%, and by default, the wholesale and the retail trade, which is related to the manufacturing, is 14%. So 40% only on its own comes from the manufacturing and the industrial. While if I compare Ras Al Khaimah to other cities and countries that have the same or similar per capita GDP, you will see Ras Al Khaimah is among a very strong markets. Correct? This is the data that has been sourced by Fitch and S&P. While one interesting part, which is actually the government debt, has been declining from 2017 and not growing, even with the announcement of Wynn. But one fact that we need to talk about it, about UAE, why people invest in UAE. I will keep on talking about why UAE and why Ras Al Khaimah, because I will show you later why we're talking about these. I like this slide, very nice. It's something that I start with whenever I travel to China or India, or I go to markets that they have restrictions on the transfers. And I like to go and say, you know what, we are 100% free repatriation of capital and profits. Let's start the meeting. But you know what? Let's go to this one, because whomever is interested in Bali or whoever is interested in the Far East, we are freehold. They don't have freehold for you to know. The Far East, all of it doesn't have a freehold. It's only leasehold. Yeah? So 0 to 9% corporate tax can bring lots of corporates because of the tax haven, we call it here. But the zero income tax is the killer. Germany is 60% today. So you actually spend on the tax more than what you get. You get 10, you give them 6, and you take 4. While here you take 10, you keep 10. Right? The long-term residency by investment and the availability of the infrastructure, which we keep growing every year. And I will stop here and I will tell you about Ras Al Khaimah. Who have visited Ras Al Khaimah January 2026? Anyone? Perfect. And who have visited in the last 30 days? Lovely. Oh, okay. Last couple of weeks, from our office in Marjan Island, I drove from this roundabout as that's outside to the E311. There is a new road that is ongoing. The construction is going to be completed end of this year. You will see the social media talks about it these days. Maybe you will receive it and you will see what is happening. This will reduce the travel time from Dubai by 15 minutes. You will by default be closer to Dubai than Dubai to Dubai. That is for real. While we are updating the infrastructure or the road network that is existing, which is the E11, it will be wider, it will be more like having the cycling track, it will be more accommodating to the projects that will be coming on Marjan Beach, which I'll talk about it later. And one thing more that maybe no one have seen it, I will send you the pin. I want you to share it with everyone. For the first time, I have seen a mock-up for a road. We do it in Ras Al Khaimah. So before even we build the city, we build the road and we walk on it and we see what needs to be done better. Is this pedestrian area is enough? Is this green space is okay? Is this street light is good? Why don't we make it better? Before even we go and build it. So that is something, in my opinion, I haven't seen in anywhere else. We are doing it in Ras Al Khaimah because we care about details. I will share with you the link or that pin, you can go and have a look at it. Impressive. I will move on quickly, so at least we understand more about Ras Al Khaimah. Before I go further, I want to give you just an understanding on the developers, why the developers are actually investing in Ras Al Khaimah, and that is because of these two reasons. So this is the whole UAE, but this is in specific Ras Al Khaimah. Ras Al Khaimah is by default less construction and development cost than any other emirate. And that is by default. You are the manufacturing emirate. So everything is just right next door. You can at least save on the logistics cost 10 to 15%, at least, as well as the labor cost is cheap. As well as the tourism growth that is happening today, we are actually expecting a 1.3 million as of last year. The amounts is actually on the rise, 6% growth every year, stable. But we have an IRR which is very interesting on the hospitality and the residential. The hospitality, it's proven because we own hotels as Marjan and we know that these data is accurate. But on the residential, I can guarantee you the way that we are doing it is even better than any emirate. Why? I sell the land and I give a payment plan. And I give you an OC to sell off plan first day. We do the RERA protection for the investors, but Dubai, you have to pay the land in full 100%. You have to have a 20%. If you are not known or new developer, I'm sorry, 50. To be able to sell off plan, you contribute 20% of the land value and you will start selling off plan. So your contribution of cash from your pocket is very less. So that's why on IRRs, internal rate of returns, we are very high. We are closer to Dubai than Dubai to Dubai itself. We understand that. We have an access to the whole Emirates Airlines, which will continue to be our main airlift, which has 160 destinations, over 85 countries. I remember last time with Saba and the team, we were in Miami, and I wanted just to go and have a visit at Vegas. It is not possible because they told me, my friend, you go, you miss your flight because the domestic flights are really can cancel last minute. You won't make it. You will lose your international flight schedule. So that is a drawback, but having a consistent and a big name as Emirates Airlines just 1 hour away or 45 minutes away, that is a privilege. And that is a key and will continue to be our key. However, Ras Al Khaimah have the international airport for Ras Al Khaimah, where we have the 1 million passenger terminal that we are actually upgrading to have a 3 million passengers. It's currently under upgrading. While we are building a new full terminal, which is the VIP terminal for private jets, will perfectly serve the purpose. 20 minutes in, 20 minutes out. Similar to Nice Airport, which is something similar to what we do. Small, and it has the easy in and easy out. While we have a lot of road network upgrades that we're doing that will reduce the distance, time, and Mr. Omar, how are you? And we have a seat for you here in the second row. While we have the main identity for Ras Al Khaimah, so we have the culture, which is the archaeological findings, while we have the desert, and I always say whenever it rains it becomes green. And that is something that we use for our future planning. While we have the highest point, which is Jabal Jais, the mountains, and we are known for fireworks event that we have the Guinness records, and I will share with you this presentation. You can click on this link and you can watch it. It's really mind-blowing, and many of the years I have attended, and it's really good. Data. It's always good to talk about data, right? Because that is what helps to understand and make sure that we are aligned. Wynn is a 1,530 keys, 7,700 square meters of MICE area, out of which 2,400 square meters columnless. This will have a height of 8 to 12 meters. It will allow really a full elephant to walk inside. It has 23 fine dining experiences. Delilah is one of them. For whomever doesn't know Delilah, it is the lounge that for the first time it will be opening outside of Vegas. It is a JV between Hollywood and Wynn, the listed company, to have Delilah as the home for the celebrities, so it doesn't allow phone or a camera inside, and you have the regular guests are the Hollywood celebrities, as well as you have 40 plus luxury retail stores that already signed with Richmond and LVMH, LV, Chopard, Chanel, Prada, and many others that already have signed, and they are taking the handover to start the fit out very soon. The completion of Wynn, so for you to understand, there is an announcement that has happened a couple of days ago. I will just cut story short. They took one line, which is there is a slight delay, but they haven't listened to the whole drill. It's kind of a podcast where the CEO has to go and speak to the investors on the updates. So they have mentioned that the construction is completed and it's ongoing on the fit outs today. There is a 20,000 labor is on site every day. The issue that we have is part of the equipments or specific equipments that need to be delayed, and that will delay us few weeks from the scheduled opening date. However, we are opening in summer. We are an integrated resort. We are not a seasonal hotel, so we don't care about the season. Anyway, summer is the opening. If you ask me my opinion, from day one I knew that it will be better to have the opening, let's say October or November. If you ask me my humble opinion, I don't want to interfere in this, but it is the best where you will fully experience the whole integrated resort. But they have their studies and they know that they will be ready by then, and they don't have a problem to start earlier. But the delay that has happened is not longer than 2 to 3 months max. So in my opinion, for a project that size of a $5.1 billion, that is actually the most expensive tourism asset that is in UAE, is this one. Which you're expecting 9,000 employees over there, out of which you will have 1,000 as senior management. Wynn actually have decided to open in Ras Al Khaimah because of this slide, just for you to know. Steve Wynn actually decided after 6 times of no, that was the one who said, you know what, I will just land to Ras Al Khaimah to explore where is Ras Al Khaimah. First of all, before that by 1.5 years, just a funny story, it was 6 no's, and please come and invest or open Wynn in Ras Al Khaimah. Where is Ras Al Khaimah? It's next to Dubai. Where is Dubai? UAE. What is UAE? That was really the questions and the answers. So to educate a person who lives in Vegas in a bubble that he doesn't know anything about outside of Vegas, not outside of US, to come to Ras Al Khaimah took us 1.5 years. But the good thing about it is when you talk about actually opening Wynn Marjan Island, that you will have a 96% of the world population that you will cover, that was an eye-opener. I'm a listed company. I am looking at actually a 96% of the world population in the vicinity of 8 hours they will reach to Wynn. And Wynn is the best guest experience in the world. Anyone have visited Wynn before? Okay. I have visited one of them, which is the one in Macau and Kotai. mind-blowing in any aspect. From the moment that you step into the valet, they call your name, they know you, you go and check in where you find a huge entrance that is full of real flowers and a mall that has all the luxury brands as if you're really in Dubai Mall in the luxury area, while you have the fine dining experiences over there. Is by name it, it's a fine dining. The details of the steakhouse, the Michelin star steakhouse, or the activities, the shows, it's 24 hours, is very happening. It's about to keep you busy and active 24 hours. It's bright, it's, I don't know what they do, they push oxygen to keep people to be awake, but it is really a great experience, and you will understand when it's open and you can visit it, that it's really an opportunity. I have been inside twice. I have seen the progress of the construction. I have seen what is going to happen inside and on the amenities side. The people who have built Macau are the same people from Wynn that they are building Al Marjan Island Resort. And they said this is the finest and this is the best of what we have done before. We have never done this quality. We have never done this before. But for us, do you think that we want to have Wynn as the, as we call it, the Vegas that we want to bring to Ras Al Khaimah? It's actually not the thing. It is about what do we get out of it? When the minimum number of visitors, just for you to know, it's not mentioned here, I always want to give you information. 8.3 million is the least number of visitors a year that visited any of the integrated resorts, the 4 all over the world. Up to 13.8 million, which is in Macau, a year. That is more than 1 million per month. For us, we are 1.3 million a year. This is almost 10 times. And that means we need to do our studies. And we have actually done our studies. These are some of this. This is Delilah, by the way. So we are actually ahead of this. We have completed the facade closing. We are fixing the AC chillers. And we are working on the interior designing and so forth. These are some of the announcements about what is going to be inside. I'll share this with you. But this is actually why we have decided to go with Wynn and why we wanted to have an integrated resort in our emirate. I am from Egypt. I'm coming from Egypt. By the end of where I live, the street or the road, I have a casino that is there. Is this adding any value to Cairo? No. Integrated resorts do. So this study was actually brought from the World Bank as a source, and it shows whenever you have an integrated resort, that impact the number of visitors or the tourism to stabilize after. So whenever you have the first 1998, you have Bellagio, for example, you had almost a 3 million additional visitors that have come and visited Las Vegas to stabilize after. And even we noticed that when you have as well the latest one, which is Wynn Las Vegas, it actually added another 1 million on top of this. So that adds to the GDP. But what about Macau? You look at the numbers, it's consistently growing because you have a new integrated resort opening. Even Singapore, Marina Bay Sands, or the Sentosa Island, or even the Universal Studios, you see a jump and a hike in the number of tourism and visitors. These visitors will come, they need shopping experience, they need a place to stay, they need cars, rentals, entertainment, name it. So that's why we have done our own studies through Colliers, and we understood that by 2027 we are expecting from 1.3 we will go to 3.8, rising till 5.5, as an average of 4.5 million a year. Great number. We have a 1.3, we are going to jump triple or 4 times. And that means we need to build a lot of hotel keys, a lot of residents, a lot of retail, many things that we lack. The deliveries of these. And we understood that at all time from the opening of Wynn, with what we have planned and existing, we will always be in short of 6,500 to 7,500 hotel keys at all time with the plan. So if someone will come and tell me, I will give you another Wynn 1,500, I'll tell him it's not enough, my friend. We need more. Even the Ernst & Young study talking about the growth, the CAGR, which is the population growth in the visitors and in the population. We are 400, we are at a 1.3 to 1.6 as an average. We are expecting to reach 4.1 to 4.5, while the population growth itself is a key. We are going to grow by 200,000, 250,000. We are 400, we are growing to 650. But that is the important part. What do we need to address by 2030? So everyone saying, you know what, it's oversupplied, you have lots of projects are launched. Who will live in all of this? This is Ernst & Young study, it's 2023. It's not even 2025 where we have seen all of these projects that are done. We need 45,000 units. And by the way, before, Wynn was looking at a 3.8 million. The last study that I have seen from them, which is 2026, after all what they have seen, because this is a growing snowball, they looked at what first year 5.5 directly, even. So 45,000 residential units required. You know how many units are actually we have today in Ras Al Khaimah or in Marjan Island? It's nothing. We're talking about in Marjan Island, full whatever is operational today with Pacific and the Rixos Bab al Bahr and even Unisted that stopped, that they are doing the upgrade with Ellington, 3,000 units. When it will be completed, 18,000 units and 8,500 keys. The whole thing. I need 45,000. I need hospitality of 6,000 hotel keys over and above of what I have and planned. I need staff accommodation, I need offices, grade A office space, I need retail. And based on this, we have done also our studies to understand from where are we going to get our visitors. And we understand as well, 2027, we are at a 1.3. As for 2026, we have grown to look at the number of visitation that will be visiting overnight, or they will come for one day, etc. 4.6 to 5.3, an average of 4.5. So the numbers are actually matching with the 3 studies. But this is very interesting. By the way, Marina Bay Sands last year have generated $2.5 billion bottom line. Bottom line means after taxes, after cost, after everything, this is net profit. We are expecting an increase in our GDP of our emirate by 30%, $3.6 billion. You know what does that mean, $3.6 billion that is going to add contribution to the GDP? There is an opportunity for any investor here. When I talk about these numbers, who will benefit out of this? A very short story, I always say it, but I love the way it was said. And the guy can verify because maybe you know him or you met him before. I was doing a presentation in the palace, and one of the investors from Dubai was attending, and after I finished the presentation, he told me, I want to ask you a question. He was a very sharp chartered accountant, and he was from India. What is the number of keys in Vegas, in Wynn? And I told him it's 1,530. He said 1,500 keys, one person, one room, all year long, occupancy, full occupancy. Fair? I was like, okay, interesting. He said, I imagine this 1,500 people will go every day in the morning to the restaurant, and they will order only 2 boiled eggs. You don't have 3,000 eggs today in the Emirates to deliver to Wynn only. He is right. This is how I look at the opportunities. I was just like, you're amazing. That is true. So imagine we are talking about how many other hotels and how many other residents that is available, and you have the whole opportunity to provide a service. Supply chain, name it, cold stores, talents, hotel staff, managers, cleaners, security, a lot of snowball growing. How about a quick one? We are going to need more schools or hospitals or nurseries or sports activities. This will require teachers and principals and trainers and personal trainers and. These will require additional units. From where I will provide this? Otherwise they will go and live in Dubai and come every day. It's not a solution. So that's why we need to build more and more. So this number can explain the opportunity. We have grown to 100%, that is true, from the announcement of Wynn. And you know, you launched JW Marriott at the beginning when it was a number, and then I think it's increased. As well, I look at Oceano, the first project that I witnessed, that it was launched at a price and then things have changed. Even Durar, I remember I attended with them the latest launch that they had last year, and they said this gentleman was right, because we were trying to launch at 16 or 1800 dirhams per square feet while we reached 3,500. So yes, it have doubled. But I want to understand, where are these hype that happened? It is actually on Al Marjan Island as the champion. Prices have jumped literally to the 3,000 and crossed the 3,000 on Al Marjan Island, being very exclusive community. But I want to understand what is the beachfront and the waterfront and the inner plots, which is the non-beach that we have some of the projects in here, Art House, etc. What are the prices that they have reached? This is the comparison, so at least for you to understand how it grew, so we understand what is the potential. But interestingly enough to know that Min Al Arab, for example, or Al Hamra, haven't really appreciated that much. Even I look at Rack Central, the launches that has happened at these prices, but a very good key. Is this compared to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, as we actually have grown as much as Dubai and Abu Dhabi? And another thing which I kept on telling you, why Ras Al Khaimah, why we are talking about the investments and the international investments. A fact, of the red units, actually 58% are expats, 31% international buyers. They don't have Emirates ID, they don't have a visa, they don't live here. Off plan, 78%. You know what does that mean? Your market is outside. The people who have bought in Ras Al Khaimah, they don't live in UAE. So that is a good data to understand from where your market shall be. But this is an interesting one. I was waiting for that to come. If I want to compare Al Marjan Island to any of these destinations in Dubai, what do you suggest it can be? Anyone?
Compare it to Palm Jumeirah, maybe?
Lovely. Anything else?
Maybe, yeah, you've got to compare it to beachfront.
But you still have the anchor, you have the landmark, you have the address. You have like the Burj Khalifa of Ras Al Khaimah. I will compare it to downtown, and I will compare it to Palm Jumeirah. Here we go. Correct? We are not comparing to Business Bay. We're not comparing to any other community. But if I want to look at Al Hamra, for me, it's Dubai Marina. It's not new. It's a beachfront. It has existing projects where they are building around the old ones. It has the similar way of you compare to the existing and you add your premiums, which is Dubai Marina style. But if I want to look to Min Al Arab, Min Al Arab for me is by default is Creek Harbor. Fresh, branded, beach, new. But Rec Central for me is by default Business Bay. And you know why? Nobody have seen or noticed this. If I am standing at Rec Central, in front of me is Al Hamra, on my right hand side comes Min Al Arab, and on the left side comes the Marjan Island. So I'm actually in the heart of the city. I am on Sheikh Zayed Road, and I am on Sheikh Zayed Road over there. I'm on the E11 over there. And I have the office park, and I have the residence. High rise. It is the one. Yeah? So that's why I compare Rec Central to Business Bay. I still have room.
What about the golf course?
And I am by the golf course, thank you. Yeah? So that is the thing. But on the villas is another story. This is an eye-opener for you to know. This is where you compare the villas in Ras Al Khaimah compared to the villas in Dubai. How about that? A very good room for growing, huh? Let's continue. These are all the announcements of the projects that have been launched last year. This is the most expensive Sky Villa that was announced, the $49 million for the Sky Villas in Oceano. But let's look at a quick data about the existing hospitality keys, 8,300 keys that we are growing by 2030, another 8,000. We are very close on the average, more than 65% occupancy. More than 65%. The guest per night is actually rising, the revenue is rising, the average daily rate is rising, with the occupancy rate is rising. This shows that it's a very healthy market. Any hospitality investor will consider that this is one of the top places to invest in, by the way. These are the existing hotels that we have today. So is the latest one of the great all-inclusive hotels that has opened recently, and it's really recommended, guys. We'll talk quickly on Marjan. We have been growing recently. We were only 85 people. We are growing this year to 350. Next year will be 9,000 plus. That's because of the Wynn opening. We are in a JV with Wynn Integrated Resorts, the listed company with Nasdaq. And we have many other, other than the real estate, diversity in the market, which is related to the hospitality or the lifestyle, which we have the development, the master planning that we know for. We create destinations as Al Marjan Island or Rec Central or the new upcoming project Marjan Beach, which I will tell you quickly about it. And we sell the lands to the third-party developers. But who doesn't know us actually? We have as well the hospitality sector. We own some of the hotel keys in Ras Al Khaimah. We are going to do the JV soon with Hard Rock. We have assets that we manage, and we have the Wynn and the Mantis, which is actually that one. It will be over the mountain this year. It will come. This is a mountain development. It will be a hotel over the mountain. It's kind of a resort. And Ritz-Carlton Al Wadi is always the champion in the performance of the revenue. While we have as well many of the activities that we do over the mountain, the hiking and the camp and the some of the restaurants that we do, Red Rock or the 184. And we have the zip line, sledder, for whomever haven't experienced the Jebel Jais. How many of you have been to Jebel Jais before? Lovely. So you know it. So these are the things, as well as Al Marjan Island. Let's jump into some data. We are expecting around 18,500 residential units. But can I just ask you a question? Anyone have been to Singapore before? Lovely. Where did you stay?
We stayed near the airport, near Changi Airport.
Why?
It was a very expensive hotel now.
Lovely.
We had an event there near the airport.
Interesting enough to know that whenever you're closer to the Marina Bay Sands, the price goes higher.
That's why we stay far away.
And actually, when you go on booking, it will tell you how many meters away from Marina Bay Sands.
Yeah.
And that's why it is rated. That's why I'm trying to do this exercise. You know what is the closest to Wynn? Oh, where are you, Bruce? Okay, so JW Marriott is the closest. But it's not only about JW Marriott. I'm talking about the whole strip on Island 2 here. Very limited number of units, regardless of the accessibility from Island 4 or Marjan Beach or anywhere else. These people will by default have something called Marjan Boulevard. And these people that lives here will go to Wynn by walk. No matter what, it will have a value. Away from anyone else, these Island 2 will have a value. And it's from here. It will start from here. Anyone here will walk. So when you say walking distance, it completely has a different value from car. There will be a bridge that will be connecting from the mainland to Wynn, and it will have two things. It will have cycling, cars, and pedestrian. So for whomever doesn't know what our planning is, we are planning to do a full walkable space that will be coming from all the way here as a public beach, and you walk till here or cycle till here. But even if you cross the road on the other side, you will be able to tour the whole Marjan Island and go all the way to the Wynn. So this is our way of planning connectivity.
On the beaches there on Island 2, the developments that are adjoined to the beach, they own the beach now, or do they not?
This is a public beach.
It's all public now.
But tomorrow you have someone who have his umbrellas and have his hotel and the beach sunbeds.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting someone will come from JW Marriott walking with a towel. Good morning, guys. It's not. You will have to pay to the hotel to use the service, which is similar in a way or another to some areas where you have an access to walk, but you cannot use the service unless you pay. I don't want to say Palm West because they have rented these spaces. Nakhil have given the spaces for operations to someone to use it. But it is actually, if you look at JBR, for example, no, JBR you can walk from anywhere to anywhere, but if you want to use the service, you have to pay.
If you want Island 4 need a private code, you own the beach.
These are different, my friend. So I will come to here to Bab al Bahr, for example. You cannot access the beach without passing through luxury collection.
But they own the beach.
It is by default. I haven't sold it to them. But you will be able to go to their beach without passing through their hotel.
You can only swim, but yeah.
But you have to run from the reception. So that is the difference. Something I always like to highlight for people who do the due diligence. Some investors are really analytical. They want to, what is going to happen? What if? And they always keep giving the negative probabilities. You always answer them with this: 30% of the investment on Al Marjan Island through listed companies and government. Amar, Dubai Investment, Abu Dhabi National Hotel, Damak, Dar Global, Aldar, and Wynn. 30%. You know what do they do, these listed companies? They don't sell real estate. It's not their product. Their product is the dividends, the share, the stock. This is the real businesses. So what they do the due diligence, and they create an opportunity, and the investors inject this cash, which fully build this, while they give a dividends by the end of the cycle to the investors. So the amount of due diligence that the investor is looking for this one-bedroom apartment or the studio, and he's worried, no, my friend, it's already paid. The due diligence is paid by someone else. And you have 7 of them that they have done the study. So you don't have to worry. You are safe. Whenever you go with Amar, you make money, right? So Amar is here with the address. Whenever you go with Aldar, you make money. Tab Aldar have Nikki Beach and Russo Bay. Whenever you invest with Dar Global, you have Trump and you have, I don't know what, I think you have met with them in Oman and you have seen what is happening. And they always make money. So they are here as well doing Astera Aston Martin residence. They are the highest today in the Marjan Island. What I'm trying to say is it is not done or sold as anyone will come and invest and it's, no. We have used the real big names. And we have the biggest names in UAE together in the same place, never anywhere else. I haven't seen the amount of developers and the big names are together, whereas Amar or Damak or at the same place. You will not see it like this. And it is at the same place. I haven't seen them in the Palmo together, but I've seen them here, right? But I want to add on top of all of these, talking about Al Marjan Island, where we have some of the existing, but we are actually introduced many other names. And majority of these projects that I am showing, they are actually sold, or 70% sold, or 50% sold. Very few out of them that they still have inventory where they need your help into this. I'm going to meet with you next time and I will tell you more insightful data about how many is sold and what is inventory and how much is taken out of the shelf this year. Because this data will help you a lot to understand more. But I can give you a bit of high level. Last year around 6,500 units were sold. And we are 18,000 all in all. So if 1 year you have sold 30% out of it, divided on the developers, and I think your data is almost close to this because you have sold many projects and you reach the 70%, which exactly justify someone who sold 40, someone sold 50, someone sold 70, and someone like Amar is 100% from the first year. And I have many projects that are still upcoming, out of which Karl Lagerfeld is something that is coming very soon. Wyndham, and I'm very happy that Wyndham is expanding beyond 1 or 2. I always tell them this, thank you for coming again. Good to see you in the next event and look forward for the next, because Wyndham has the same DNA as the Wynn. They are coming from US. They have the same understanding of the markets. So they will bring the DNA and the blood of the why people go to Vegas or why people go to US. Quickly, I will talk about Rack Central, but Rack Central, for you to know, it is, I consider it as my baby, because this is something I believed in it from day one. The first day I moved from Dubai Holding to Al Marjan Island, or to Marjan, they said, welcome on board, here is the budget, and here is a project that you have to work on it, which is called Rack Financial City. I worked on this in details to be able to see it in this model, which is the work, live and play. I always call it the minutes community. It is located at the center. I love the way that we used to sell Business Bay before. The strongest part of the sphere is the core. is the center. And that is how I consider Ras Central will be the strongest, because it is center. Min Al Arab, Hamra, Marjan Island. And you are 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here. So you can live here, you can work here, you can enjoy anywhere else. You don't want to have this hype. While you have high rise, so I have the 360 view of everywhere. You have a 1 million square feet of office park, the Ras Central Square, designed by Gensler, the designer of the IFC and many other locations in the world, one of the urban planners that very well known, American. While we have ALIG, the tier 1 contractor owned by the government of Dubai, ICD, and JLL is the leasing partner, so we are using the best of the best. 1 million, we own it, we enable the market by bringing the Ras Central, that we are expecting a 1 million leasable area, that is an average of 110 per square feet, one person. So by the full occupancy of this office park, where we are going to move over there with Rakiz, with Wynn, with many other names that will be coming in the future. And OBG soon. We are expecting around 9,000 people will be in this office park. I will take any percentage out of this and I will give an average of 2%. Not 3, not 4, not a family, just 2, couple. You are expecting minimum of 9 to 12,000 people, minimum, conservative approach, that will be over there. I have 32 towers only around it. So that is how Ras Central is going to operate. And that is the last one. We have learned a lot from Al Marjan Island. We have learned a lot from Ras Central. We have learned a lot from Dubai. We have learned a lot from US, from Spain, from everywhere to come up with this master plan. It was very easy for us to go and build a water canal all the way like this and sell lands expensive and goodbye. We are not inventing the wheel at all. We just follow whomever have done it and we do the same. And we will make money, right? But there is something different about Ras Al Khaimah. That is why I am trying to explain to you. It doesn't stop at Wynn. It doesn't stop at where we invest. We actually decided to make a community. Whenever it rains, it becomes green. Our new green is the landscape. Our new blue is green. What does it mean is this? We are not intending, as you can see, this is the full plan. We are only launched this part. For you to know how big is this part, so we understand that, this is a 2.7 square kilometers, 4.5 kilometers inside the Arabian Gulf. This is 85 million square feet. If this is for me Blue Waters, this is for me Dubai Harbor, this is JLT. Massive. And it's just the area that we have launched, and it's already like this, where we have resorts committed at the front line, residential, which we have some projects here, and everything else is gone. So Umniyat take part here. They're doing Rosewood with some hotels that they have launched Le Chateau, which is by beyond small project, but they are bringing a master plan is amazing. The first one here, which is signed already with Wasl, and they are bringing Mandarin Orient. So if this is the luxury side on Al Marjan Island, this is the ultra luxury. And these, you're talking about whatever is coming here is going to be Hard Rock Resort and some exotic brands that will come here. This is a public beach. We learned a lot from Palm West. We learned a lot from many of the destinations that we have seen in Ibiza or in Marbella or Turkey, or many locations from US as well, Miami Beach, name it, to come up with this beach which looks like this. So you have resorts, public beach, green like Miami Beach kind of, to walk on, shades somewhere here, retail, while you have a good space for a public beach. Facing the Wynn, you can walk from Marjan Island all the way down to the bridge. While you have the bridge that will look like this, 8 meters low on the roads, no skyscrapers, no highways, nothing. It is just to live and enjoy the living. Green spaces, roads 8 meters lower than the walkable space. Everything around is to promote green and to promote sustainability and to promote livability and to have a place where you can walk, enjoy the sunset and enjoy living in a community that is green. We have used 14 variables. As a technology we tested in Ras Al Khaimah, we were able to reduce the temperature by 2 degrees in some of the areas in Ras Al Khaimah by using some materials that doesn't produce heat, orientation of the wind, shades, this is not a vision, this is a technology. These shades that we have done it this way. That we will reduce the heat and it will make it easier for people to walk even in the hot weather. And that is what we are building, the more of communities in between pocket parks, as well as to have like kind of the Hyde Park of Ras Al Khaimah, that we will have it over there as well. 6.5 million square feet of open spaces and parks only on this area. And height will start from G+2, G+6, G+11, G+18. That's it. We don't have this G+20, G+30. We don't want it. Roads are not highways. You can cross, you can walk. You have in between the projects that are by the beach, Sikka, that will have retail, that you can have an access to the beach and the public beach. It is why we want to do something different. We don't want to keep repetition. We have an identity, and that is the identity of Ras Al Khaimah. I think I said, and I talked a lot, these are some of the hotels and some of the things that are going to happen with our partners and sponsors, etc. Now I want to leave anyone have any question to you, because this is the important part. I want to learn from you and I want to give you what information you need. Anyone?
So the Wynn is going to be probably handed over by the end of, closer to end of the year, next year, right?
It will be summer 2027, the opening.
Summer.
This is what they have announced.
So with the new this thing, what do you think that the amount of tourism that will come once Wynn opens? And we can see there are some projects which will be handed over by then. Is there any provision done? Because I feel there will be more people than the rooms itself.
Yeah.
You are right. The way the studies and the expectation of the number of visitors are going to be a lot, which is 4 times the capacity of what is expected today. That will have impact 2 things. First one, there will be a rise in the hotel key per night. The second thing, people will need to have a hotel apartment, or will need because Wynn, for example, is not a family hotel. It is I love the way the Americans say no by it's no stroller rule.
Okay.
Thank you for not bringing your son, my friend. So it's just like we are more of a couple. We are more of an adult hotel. Many people, they don't want to bring their kids where there is gambling, but they want to watch the shows, they want to go for food, they want to go for shopping experience, and they want to walk around it, but they don't want to stay there.
Make 5 digits amount every month. I used to sell lands in JVC, World Island, Palm Jabal Ali, name it. I used to sell business there everywhere. And I haven't learned the lesson the good way. I was just telling you the story this way, that I learned the hard way. Some people I know in 2009 have made millions of millions brokerage. I'm not telling you developer, I'm not telling you anyone. It is you guys. How they just get flexible with the market enough and see which side they have to be with, what to educate and explain to the seller what to do. And be patient, consistent, and don't give up. I promise you'll make it. I haven't learned that in 2009. Others, I have seen them grow. I don't want to give names because they will curse me, but I know, and he knows names that they haven't done a lot of money. And even during COVID, I remember very well what happened in COVID. People who have entered, and everyone was, you know what, this is the end of the world. End of the world, let it be end of the world. I'm spending my money. When I die, I die. It's fine. But today, it's the time to make money. I don't have to explain. You definitely know it. Whomever have bought something, have a 4x at least in less than 4 years. Every year is like 25% gross return on the capital that you have invested in. So today is the right time. For any investor who is looking, you will see, and I can guarantee that every one of you have received at least one investor telling you where is the distressed deal. I can guarantee you. You don't have to tell me no. Definitely someone came to you and asked you, where is the distressed deal? I am looking for a distressed deal. I'm looking for a minus 30-40%. I hear Ben Ghati have ruined the market and sold very cheap. I'm so sorry. Big respect to the guy. He knows how to get things moving. Come, pay me cash up front, take over, bye-bye. I don't have to waste time. Keep rolling. So what he have done remind me of the Mac back in the days. The only one who continued all his projects, the only one who's selling, the only one who reached 2014 above Amar in sales. That's why Amar went and hired the Mac wholesale team. I still remember this. Why? Because they thought about it. The market is not here, the market is outside. One. Number two, the market requires to clean up and move. Two, the market required to give a flexible payment plans, even post handover, but get it done. What I wanted to say, it is all about you. It is now. It is not tomorrow. If you wait for something to happen, go find another job. Because nothing will change. You are the one who will change it. I promise, I used to do what you do, and I'm telling you, I learned the lesson and I understood that by having this motivation that you actually moving this market, you're the catalyst of this market, not the developer, not the investor. It is you. And that's why I'm here. If I don't have any thing from this outcome, from this meeting, I won't be here. I will be in the office working on how to reduce my numbers, who to fire first. But I decided to be here because I know that this will happen only with you. Any more question? One last.
Will Ras Al Khaimah legalize the gaming licenses in the future?
Okay, Ras Al Khaimah have applied for the first license in UAE, which is through the gaming regulatory from Abu Dhabi on the federal level, and every city has a license. And Ras Al Khaimah have obtained the first license on island number 3, which is the Wynn Island, we call it today. But if you want to know something, since it's a very good question, if you want to know what will happen if Dubai or Abu Dhabi open another license, it actually answers in here. Whenever you have a new integrated resort, it actually adds more visitors. So people who will land to Dubai airport that want to go to Abu Dhabi to see the Grand Mosque, or want to see Burj Khalifa, or go to Atlantis, or want to go to Wynn, there will be more of attractions and more of places to visit, and that will increase more flow of tourism. Okay, but one thing I want you to understand, that whomever is building Wynn with Ras Al Khaimah is actually from where we get the construction fund. It is actually from Fab Bank, Emirates NBD, Rak Bank, and two international banks, which is actually the government of Abu Dhabi and government of Dubai. When you do a bank loan or bank facility to develop, they need to do a feasibility study on the project. So if they are investing in Ras Al Khaimah, that means you're not going to surprise Ras Al Khaimah by killing the market and opening something else. This can clarify. But actually, who's actually building the Wynn is ALIC, is the government of Dubai. They would better go and build projects more in Dubai, but they decided to do. How many of the listed companies of Dubai is actually open in Ras Al Khaimah? That says it all. We all want. And I will give you as well an understanding that when people came here, they actually visited Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And it was all on a federal level. So we talk a lot. We talk with Wasl, by the way, about MGM Village or MGM Island. And for you to know, they don't have, or they haven't applied, and they don't want actually to have it now. Because His Highness hold it from before even. Even it was in Blue Waters it was supposed to be. But back to the discussion, if even another will open, this will add value. It will complement and will add more tourism. Okay? I would say thank you for the attendance. I want to have this meeting again with you to keep on refreshing what is happening. So we can do it on quarterly basis. We can do it, I think quarterly will be fair. So Muskan, let us know when are we going to have the next one, which we can have it maybe after summer. They come back from the summer, we can have it. And it will be a good opportunity to see you all again. Thank you.